I'm Eva, and I'm going to be demonstrating how to do a quadruple waltz clog time step. The first step to learning any tap move at all is to loosen up your ankles. Loosening your ankles through exercises like this helps to make sure you can snap your foot so you can go faster and faster with all of your moves. What I like to do to stretch out my ankles is to flex and point my toes and roll my ankles in circles. Now that we're all warmed up, we need to learn how to use our tap shoes properly. Every tap shoe has two metal plates attached to the toe and the heel. For pretty much any tap move, you're mainly going to be using the ball of your foot right here, because most tap moves are done on the balls of your feet or on your tiptoes. Like most advanced moves in tap, a quadruple waltz clog time step is a combination of many different smaller moves that we're going to have to learn first, such as a step, a shuffle, a flap, a hop, and a jump. A step is the most basic tap move you will ever learn. All it is a step. Or in our case, since we're always dancing on the balls of our feet, a step. The second move we're going to talk about is one of the other most rudimentary tap moves you will ever learn, called a shuffle. You start with your foot behind you in a walking position, flexed, and push to the front and pull to the back. Shuffle. It makes two sounds and always starts and ends in the back. Shuffle. The next move we're going to learn is a flap, which also has two moves that has one main difference from a shuffle. We also start in the back, but where do we finish? In front of us, on the ground. There's a shuffle. The first step to learning any tap move at all is to loosen up your ankles. Loosening your ankles through exercises like this helps to make sure you can snap your foot so you can go faster and faster with all of your moves. Which normally in everyday life, you'd think, well, there isn't a difference. But in tap, there's a pretty big one. And it's that whenever you hop, you always stay on the same foot. But in a jump, you switch feet. A hop versus a jump. Now that we know all our moves, it's time to learn how to count them in the proper order. Most dancing is done in groups of 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And most dance moves are done starting on the count of 1. However, a waltz clog time step always starts on the count of 8. So now that we know all our steps and we know what count to start on, it's time to start putting them together. 5, 6, 7, shuffle, hop, shuffle, jump, shuffle, step, step, shuffle, hop, shuffle, jump, shuffle, step, step. Why don't we slow that down a little bit? We always start on the count of 8, and your first move is a shuffle. Shuffle, hop, shuffle, jump, shuffle, step, step. Shuffle, hop, shuffle, jump, shuffle, step, step. Putting everything together, we can start trying to go faster. 5, 6, 7. What's also important to remember is to try and keep your movements as small as possible. The smaller your movements are, the more closer under your body they are as well, which means Congratulations! You've just learned how to complete a quadruple waltz clog time step. But why is this even relevant? I mean, out of all the dance styles, tap is probably one of the least popular nowadays. Well, here's why all of this matters. Although tap isn't a very popular form of dance anymore, it teaches a lot of discipline. Because it's so count heavy, you have to make sure that your moves don't only look good, but they also sound good. Tap dancing helps strengthen your ankle muscles and your feet muscles. And any dancer, athlete, or person in general should have strong ankles because it's one of the muscles that people tend to strain and tear most often, and it's one of the ones that's worked out the least. So helping strengthen your ankle muscles through tap dancing can help you prevent future injuries like that. Not only that, but tap is fun. I mean, there's not a whole lot of dances out in the world where you get to actually hear the dance as well as see it. And that's why quadruple waltz clog time steps are important.